Good morning. Today I want to spend a few minutes with you and tell you about our upcoming community risk reduction plan. This plan has been developed in order to offer a higher protection for our community. For it to be successful, it will require all of us partnering together. The ability of a fire department to protect its community is significantly impacted by how the community, you guys, feel about the department. The more a community supports a department, the easier it is for us to have funds approved and to have the community support to buy the programs that we will implement. To have a successful community risk reduction plan, we must have your support. During this presentation, I will explain the focus of our community risk reduction plan and why the risk and strategies are important and how they will make our community safer. I will describe the practices used to prioritize the intervention strategies at the end of this presentation. If something is predictable, it can be preventable. A community risk reduction plan is all about preventing or reducing the risk that you have occurring in your community. We realize residential fires are inevitable from time to time, but the amount of damage they do and the fatalities they cause can be greatly reduced. For our community, we are placing our focus on smoke alarms and kitchen safety. Both are a risk for our community that, when not in place, can turn a small fire into a fully involved residential house fire with damages beyond repair. Statistics show that 60% of fatalities in residential fires occur in homes with no working smoke alarms. We have created a strategy that will enable us to distribute smoke alarms to the highest needed areas in our community, as well as inform the public on the importance of having a working smoke alarm in their home. Our department has also created a plan to teach the community the importance of kitchen safety. In 2015 to 19, cooking fires proved to be the cause of almost 50% of residential fires. If we can group together with all the stakeholders of the community, we can educate the public on how we can be safer in the kitchen. With a successful community risk reduction plan covering these two risks, we can make our community a safer place to live, save lives, and property. We have taken the time as a department to ensure the strategies we plan to implement will both be attainable and very effective for our citizens. The first step to determining our risk and what strategies we would implement began by reviewing data that we had collected over the past. With this data, we were able to determine that most of our fires occur in a few specific areas of the city. After this, we collaborated with the Fire Bureau and looked at specific incidents and determined that many of the fires began in the kitchen and also occurred in homes with no working smoke alarm. Once we knew the biggest risk that our community faced, we reached out to stakeholders throughout the community to devise strategies and practices that would allow us to have the greatest impact. These stakeholders included groups such as schools, churches, outreach ministries, news, police, and government officials. We intend to build partnerships with each of these groups in order to make a greater impact with our plan. The practices we developed for the risk of smoke alarms include home inspections on medical calls, handing out smoke alarms at community events, and replacing batteries during inspections. Every day we make hundreds of calls for medical emergencies. During these calls, we're typically inside a person's home while attending to their medical need. While inside, we have an opportunity to look and see if they have smoke alarms present. Once the medical emergency is handled, we can use this opportunity to walk with the residents and suggest the proper placement for smoke alarms. We've also planned to hold a few community events this year that will allow us to demonstrate how effective smoke alarms can be in alerting for a fire, as well as hand out some of these smoke alarms to families that are in need. We realize that times are hard and some families might not be able to afford smoke alarms for their home. We want to be able to provide those families with these smoke alarms. The partnerships we have made with local businesses and groups are willing to help pay for the smoke alarms that we need to give away. A smoke alarm is only as good as the batteries inside the alarm. We've also received donations from partners throughout the city for batteries that we could provide owners while doing home inspections, as well as give to families who come to the fire station that have a need for replacement batteries. Our practices for kitchen safely mostly follow an education mindset. We have planned to get more involved with the local schools, have community outreach events, and utilize the news and social media to push awareness. If we can instill a safety mindset in our children, it will accomplish multiple things at once. It provides a future generation of people who are more safety-minded, as well as gets kids talking about kitchen safety while at home with their parents. Multiple schools have come on board with allowing us to have a few days each month to come into the schools and talk about how to be safe in the kitchen. Our community events will provide us with an opportunity to teach about kitchen safety and have live displays where we can show how to put out a grease fire properly, as well as to show how fast a fire can spread that starts in the kitchen. We have also strategized a plan to utilize the news and media outlets to spread information about kitchen safety. As you know, people are on their phones constantly using social media, and this gives us a great platform to reach multitudes. So what is our vision for the potential of this program? Our goal and hope is to band together with all of you in the community to save lives and property. As we get more homes filled with smoke alarms, families will be alerted sooner of the fire and have more time to escape. Homes can be replaced, but lives cannot. And these smoke alarms will save lives. As we build a culture of kitchen safety in our communities, we can reduce the amount of fires that happen every year and the extent of damages that occurred during those fires. With everyone on the same page, we will be able to make our homes safer in our community by reducing the amount of fires that occur and the amount of damage that they do. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to building a partnership with you.